Hey everyone, today I have a Cooler Master CK552 mechanical gaming keyboard to unbox and review. Cooler Master is also throwing in an extra CK552 to give away to one of you guys, so if you are interested in winning this keyboard, follow the link in the description below to enter. The CK552 comes in at $79.99 and it is exclusively available at Best Buy in the United States and Canada. Now just a quick rundown of the specs on this keyboard. Again, it is a mechanical keyboard and it comes with Gateron Red switches that have a lifespan of over 50 million clicks. The keyboard has RGB per key lighting, it has on-the-fly controls to change your lighting or macro keys, and it comes in a black brushed aluminum curved top plate. As an alternative option, Cooler Master also has the CK550, which you can buy at Amazon and Newegg. The differences between the CK550 and CK552, aside from where you can purchase them, are that the CK552 has a pure black top plate and comes with Gateron Red switches, whereas the CK550 has a gunmetal covered top plate and comes with Gateron Blue, brown, or red switches. The CK550 is also a bit more expensive at $89.99 compared to the $79.99 that this Cooler Master CK552 costs. Both keyboards are wired and come with a 6-foot-long cable, and both offer a 2-year warranty. Now, for some of the features that stood out to me in using the Cooler Master CK552. First, the RGB customization options on the CK552 are pretty much endless. This is due to the per key RGB lighting and Cooler Master's dedicated software. Essentially, with the per key lighting and the software, you can assign a specific LED color for each individual key. And with over 16.7 million colors to choose between, each key can be assigned a completely different color. There are also a ton of different preset LED options as well, and you can cycle through them using the software or using the on-the-fly controls on the keyboard. For the Gateron Red switches, I've primarily used blue switches in the past, so the reds are a pretty different experience for me. They're not as clicky as the blues I'm used to, which just means they're quite a bit quieter. They're also very soft to use. For most gamers, reds are typically the switch of choice because they are lighter and therefore faster. For me, I'm not as serious of a gamer as I once was, so in terms of making me a better gamer, I don't see much of a difference in using red switches over blue switches, or any other switch for that matter. But if you are a serious gamer and you're looking for as much of an advantage as possible, the reds are probably your best bet. Now these are Gateron Red switches and not Cherry MX switches. Gateron switches are a fairly new alternative to the popular and more established Cherry MX switches. The Gateron vs Cherry MX debate is a pretty popular topic among keyboard enthusiasts. Some of the main differences between Gateron and Cherry MX switches are Cherry MX switches are a bit heavier, whereas Gateron switches are a bit lighter. Gateron switches cost less to manufacture, and as a result, keyboards with Gateron switches are typically less expensive than boards with Cherry MX switches. Gateron switches, despite being cheaper, do get a lot of praise for how smooth they feel. On the other hand, Cherry MX switches have been around a lot longer and are considered to be more durable. But as Gateron switches are still fairly new, the verdict is still out on how well they will hold up over the long haul. The other feature of this keyboard that stood out to me was Cooler Master's software. I've already touched on how many different customization options there are for LED backlighting, but through the software you can also customize the mapping of the keyboard, where you can reassign keys or disable individual keys altogether, and you can also use the software to set up macros and create custom profiles too. Overall, the software has a really nice looking interface and it is easy to use as well. Ultimately, I've really enjoyed using the CK552. Again, I'm not as hardcore of a gamer as I once was, so from a performance standpoint, the keyboard alone isn't going to help me win more of my matches. But the things I do really like about the CK552 are, first, its customization options, specifically the ability to set each key to have its own backlight color. Second, the softness of the Gateron Red switches. I have primarily used blue switches in the past, which are typically considered to be better for typing, but these Gateron Red switches are so light and soft that I do enjoy typing on them as well. I also think that for the price that the CK552 and CK550 come in at, that's $79.99 and $89.99 respectively, both options offer really good value when compared to the competition. Again, if you want to purchase the CK552, it is available exclusively at Best Buy in the United States and Canada for $79.99. I've included a link to the keyboard in the description below. I've also included a link to the CK550, which is available on Amazon or Newegg at $89.99. And also, again, Cooler Master is giving away a CK552 to one winner from either the US or Canada, and you can enter in to win the keyboard by clicking on the link in the description below. That does it for this review though. If you liked the video, give us a like and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.